Well, g'day everybody. Welcome. Today we're having a squiz at Green with Energy. Green with Energy is releasing, I believe, on the 14th of September. You can add it to your wish list. There's a link below. But it's a relaxing puzzle game where you become a power engineer and iteratively design, test, and build power grid designs, balance budget and efficiency across a variety of biomes. You'll build resilient systems. Will you build resilient systems or cobble something together with duct tape? It's your choice. Now, the whole purpose behind this game is to work through levels and work through different levels and stuff. I've had a little bit of a play. You're playing with the difference. You're playing with wind power and solar power. So let's get stuck straight into a game, and we will start. Let's start with, let's see, these are all tutorials. Everything is tutorials. Here we go. Okay, so what we'll do is we might start off on level 9 and we can start here. So what we've basically got here is, this is where you can just take your time building yourself an efficient power grid that's going to sustain the power, because it's renewable energies and stuff, sustain the power overnight as well as during the day, and power buildings. Now we've got a high, sort of more high voltage power lines up here. This requires a higher voltage, and these here require a lower voltage. So you get to work with batteries and stuff like that. So the first thing that I'm going to do, and this is our budget up here. So we've got a land tax that we're going to have to pay for. We need to pay a tax on the land that we put our renewables on and all of our equipment on. We'll have power line costs, solar power costs, wind power costs, and battery storage costs and stuff. So what we want to do is we want to get that budget as low as we possibly can. Now, what I am going to do is delete that. So I don't think that cost us anything. So we've still got 16,000 left. I am going to throw a battery storage system, which is going to cost us 900, into there, and that will store that'll battery store for these 3 buildings here that are low voltage. So at the moment, as you can see, we're paying $900 in land tax, plus $1,000 in storage, which is okay. The next thing that I'm going to do is throw a solar panel in here. Now, you've got to remember when you're connecting, well, we'll talk about it when I start connecting and stuff like that, but connecting, it has to flow, so you can't have T-junctions or anything like that until I think you unlock transformers, which I haven't done at the moment. The next thing that we're going to do is solar power is not going to run this high voltage this whole high voltage property over here, but what you can do is you can actually click on that and it tells you what the power demand is through midnight, through dawn and dusk, as you can see, and that gives you an estimated power supply in kilowatts. I still haven't worked this out. Power demand 409 kilowatts, measured consumption of power by consumers. I don't know what that means, but if we throw a wind turbine in there, then you can click on the wind turbine and that will supply 2,160. Now it also works in harsh weather and rainy, sort of rainy and stormy weather, whereas obviously the solar panels don't. So because that provides that, and that building has a power demand of 409 kilowatts, then we should be okay and we should cover that. Next thing that we do is we click, we grab our power lines, our high voltage power line, and click and drag across to there. And that is done, and that building is now connected. At the moment, we've got power line budget is 250, solar power and wind power. Wind power is 1,500 per year. So we've spent 6,150 so far, and we've got 9,850 left over, which is all good and well. Okay, next thing that we need to do is we need to run these power lines, these low voltage power lines. We need to run the solar into there, and this is what I'm talking about. You can't go in there and connect to that building and then connect that into the grid, if you understand what I mean. So if I just right click on those and get rid of those, you need to have a flow. So for example, boom, 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 and boom, and now the entire grid is connected. Now if I just take that out and we click on there, that's 810, that's 810, and that's 273. So that's 16, 18, 19, about 2000. This does 1636, and this will hold 70 kilowatts of power. Now our power overnight actually drops a little bit, as you can see there. So probably what I would do is we can upgrade this to medium, and that will supply us with 4096. All right, so we've got 5,850 left over on the budget. Let's test our design and simulate it and see if we've got enough power to do these houses overnight. So let's test our design. And as you can see, it's going overnight. Our battery is going up. Our battery is going down overnight. Do we have enough power? And power's going up again. And we have successfully done that within our budget. So there we go. There we go. So we were 5,850 over our budget. Let's head to the next level now, which is level 10. Okay, so this one's a little bit different because solar power wise, it's going to, we've got minus 50 solar power, minus 50 hydro power, minus 50 wind power on this map. But what we need to do for starters is we need to bulldoze these, which doesn't, as far as I'm aware, cost you anything. We've got these two buildings, but as I said, we can't connect those like that, because then we can't tee off of that because we don't have transformers unlocked yet, which is right there. So I'm not sure when we unlock that. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to build a solar panel there, solar panel there. Battery storage for overnight, because obviously the solar panels won't generate electricity overnight. So we'll throw that one in there. We need 327, 536, so about 900. This produces 800 and that produces 800, and that will store 70 kilowatts. So we should be okay with that. Now the reason why I've done this the way that I've done it is so that we can get our low voltage power lines and connect those there. Then we can connect that house there. So these you can have a T-junction there, obviously, because that's got to go into the battery. So let's test our design. I'm not sure whether I've calculated it correctly, but at the moment we've spent 9,250 of our budget and we've got 2,750 left over. Let's test this design and see if we're producing enough power. For the night, you can see our power stored up here. You can see our power supply and our power demand. Everything seems to be going okay. We're almost there. And it failed because we probably don't have enough power. So what we can do is we can actually upgrade this to a medium, and hopefully that'll throw enough in the grid. So let's test our design now. So that's producing. There we go. Let's give it a test out. Okay, so we're getting power stored into the battery. Power stored. We've got a pretty low demand on it. Power demand is 2 at the moment, and we've got power stored. You can see the grid up here, and power's starting to come back into the grid again. And we blew up our transformer. So I did that on purpose. No, I didn't do that on purpose, which basically means that that our battery got overloaded. So what we can do is we can upgrade our battery as well, but it brings our budget down. So there is leaderboards on this, by the way, just if you're interested in that type of stuff, but I'm not interested in that type of stuff. I don't know why that overloaded our battery and blew up our battery, but let's give that a go as well. So you can see our battery is filling up there now, and now it's draining. Maybe we overfilled our battery and stuff like that. So we kind of did it on a pretty poor budget there, which wasn't very good, but we got through it anyway. All right, transformers, here we go. So transformers are now unlocked. Use these to connect high and low voltage circuits together, which is actually going to be a pretty good thing, to be honest. A pretty damn fine thing. So we're going to need, let's see, we're going to need high voltage here. We're going to need high voltage here. Low voltage and low voltage. We're going to need power going into our grid. What have we got? We've got 715, 700. So there's 1430 and 400. It's funny that the commercial has... that's 409 kilowatts. So I think the first thing that we'll do is we will build a... I'll figure out the best way to do this. We're getting plus 100% solar power on this one. So what we might do, let's bulldoze that. So yeah, it's just it's a puzzle game about about working out the best and most efficient way to do this and the cheapest way to do this. Now that we know that the wind turbines and the power on those is a little bit more expensive, but what we should be able to do, I really want to do a test here. I'd really like to do a test and see how it goes. So that's producing 2,000 and that's producing... So we're producing a massive, massive amount. What I would also like to do is probably throw a battery. It may have been cheaper to actually... Interesting. Okay, so we'll throw a battery over here, which we're going to have to upgrade. Because of the amount of power that we're doing. Now I haven't done transformers before, so we're going to have to throw some power lines in here. Like that. And then I'm guessing we're going to have to throw like so and see how that goes. And I believe that we probably should. I'm a little bit concerned that we're very, very high on our budget. So we might have been able to actually remove one of these. Let's test by removing one of those and see what that does. In fact, let's remove that and remove that and throw some wind power in here. Throw a battery in there. 2,160 and 2,160. They should be producing. Oh, we can't go in there, can we? So we'll just get rid of these connections. We will go... Yeah, can't do that. So that's probably a bad layout. Okay, let's get rid of that, get rid of that, and get rid of that. So we kind of do need to go the way that we went. So what we'll do, we'll put that in there. We will throw 2 of those into there. We'll upgrade that battery, maximum capacity of storage power before overload. We may need to go a large one. See how we go. We may actually blow this. We may actually blow this battery, which will be interesting. But across to there and to there, and then we need normal power coming out of there, like so. All right, let's test this design. I'm not sure how it's going to work. I wish you could. Oh, you can. There we go. WAS and D. Failed simulation. What does it say? Failed as not all buildings are receiving power. Oh, it didn't connect. Okay. I thought it all connected. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, let's so I only got $200 left over. Let's test what happens, because it's going to be interesting to see how much power we can store for the evening. Yeah, not enough. Nowhere near enough. Oh, yeah, no, because we're doing wind, aren't we? So we had a little bit of a lapse there on our power demand. Let's see what happens. Yep, it succeeded. I think we only just made it because we had that little lapse down there. Beautiful. All right, so we've got transformers now. Okay, lovely. So we've got a transformer in here, which is going to be interesting. We have battery supply there, but that's not going to be any good. How do we go with this? Dunk, dunk, dunk. Dunk, dunk. Because what you can't do, you've got to have a battery against the road. Right, I think I've got it. I think we go. Let's bulldoze these. And we'll. Oh, jeez. I don't like how you have to click on that and you can't just right click to get out of it. We need 237, 357, and 357. So 7, 8, 9, probably about 1,000. So we should actually get away with I'm just wondering whether we're going to need battery storage. Let's test out. Let's just see how it goes, shall we? I reckon that if we grab 2 of those... Oh, shit. No, didn't want to do that, Simi. I reckon if we grab 2 of those... Did it again. So you got to... It would be nice if you could... If the devs put in right click to stop something rather than having to come down here and click on this again. So if I went to bulldoze... Then to get out of bulldoze, I've got to click bulldoze again. Quality of life, right click, and it deselects whatever's down there. That would be really, really awesome. So these guys here are producing quite a bit, and they should produce all night, I believe. So let's see if that actually works. I may be wrong. So let's click on that. So what have we got here? It's not going to tell us. Wind turbines. Gets hefty at midnight, dusk and dawn. The demand's down a little bit, so we may have had to have put a battery in. I don't know. But let's see. Let's test it. I think this is going to be a failure. But this is what it's about, learning about it. We've just got enough. We're just generating enough through the lower periods of power generation. So there we go. And yep, we've just peaked. So that was successful. And we actually had a really good budget on that one. There you go. Nice. Let's head across to the next level, which is level 13. We've got hydropower up here on level 16, where we unlock hydropower. So we've got demand here again. We've got 409 kilowatts there, and then just with standard energy. So we can probably build ourselves our own transformer. So we would need to work out exactly where to build that transformer. And I do believe that probably here would be the, or here would be the, no, it'd have to be there, wouldn't it? I would say that it has to be there. So if we calculate our demand to, there's 7, there's 1,000, there's 1,400, 1,800, maybe 2,100 or something in normal power. And then we've got 409 there. So probably 2,500, I reckon. So I think what the best bet to do would... Oh shit, didn't want to do that. Oh, did I just say that? Yes, I did. So what I think our best bet here would be to throw a transformer there. Throw in some battery storage there. Oh, can't place that because it needs access to the road. So we could throw... We might be better off actually... that'll cost us 1,500. Let's throw some battery storage in there perhaps. Yeah, the right clicking. I keep going to right click. That's actually really, really annoying. So the idea would be to connect these through here, like so. We do have, what have we got? The drop down's not working. It'd be nice to know what we had in regards to whether we had any buffs or anything like that. I think what we'll do is we're going to throw a solar panel in here. Right clicking again to get out of it. That was the solar panel, yep. And we're going to throw some wind generation in here on the cheaper tiles. And they generate 2,000 each, apparently. So what we need to do now is we probably need to upgrade our battery to large, which should take enough. And now we have to connect the whole grid up. So there, I may have gone overboard, to be honest. I may have gone way overboard. Okay, that's going to be a little bit of a problem. How do we come across, how do we solve that issue? Because that can't just, that can go out there. Everything seems to be powered up now. We don't have any indication. I think let's test it out. Let's see how we go. Let's see how we go. We've got our battery filling up, We've got our power storage there. We've got our demand there. Our power storage is still going up overnight. We've way overdone this. We could get out of this for so much less. We could have actually dropped maybe. There we go. And that got way too much power in it. So the reason why that got way too much power in it, I believe, is because we've overdone it with power. So Let's try... Oh, crap. Don't do that. See? Going to click outside here. That's annoying. Yeah, just being able to do that right click would be absolutely fantastic. Okay, so we may still be overpowered. So we've dropped one out completely. We may not even need that, so I might actually even bulldoze that and see how we go. Got to click on that again. There we go. Let's test that out. We may have overproduced. Let's see what we've got. Our power went way down there. There we go. So we'll throw that in there. We'll connect that up to there, and we should have enough because our battery is actually up as high as it possibly can be. Let's see how these simulations go. Got to drain some of that power. We probably need solar, I think, because that battery's going to freaking explode, isn't it? That battery's going to be overpowered. Oh, just made it. Just made it. I think our better bet would have been to have one high-powered wind turbine and upgrade this. So upgrade our solar input, which probably would have been pretty good. But yeah, guys, it's an interesting little game. This is Green with Energy. There is as I said, there's a link below. There is also a demo that's available, but the game comes out in I reckon maybe 5-6 days or something like that. So keep your eye on it, add it to your wish list. Thank you to the devs, the developer Orbifold, and to Game Parrick for sending a key through for the channel. I appreciate it very, very much. This is Green with Energy, a nice little puzzle game that it kind of reminds me of those ones that you do roads and stuff like that, you know, and sort of traffic flows and everything. But I think it's got a lot of potential for one of those just sit down, have a cup of coffee, relax for a little bit, keep your mind going kind of thing. So there you go. Green with Energy, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.